let's talk about the dummy sweep in terms of wrestling up. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to initiate the dummy sweep. I'm not going to go over a ton of ways of wrestling up essentially from the dummy sweep in this video. We're going to talk about how do we initiate it, because if you can't initiate the dummy sweep properly, you can't use it to set it up. Now, a lot of people might be like, well, what exactly is a dummy sweep? It's essentially a sweep that is stupid simple. I think that's why the name dummy sweep came, is because like you kind of like have to be a dummy to have it happen to you, when in reality, people hit this at the highest level. And they don't necessarily hit it to sweep the person just off of this one sweep. They use it to set up, basically wrestle up scenarios. But let me demonstrate the dummy sweep, then we're going to demonstrate also ways to initiate the dummy sweep. This is the dummy sweep. I'm here, I'm sitting in front of my opponent, I bring my ankles inside, around his ankles with my toes pointed out, I put my hands on his knees, and then I basically kick my feet out as I knock him down. Now, I'm not just going to stay here. I'm going to come up. I'm going to do a hip drive. I'm going to come up and I'm going to follow him. Right? So another demonstration. Dummy sweep. Follow him. And now I got him. Right? But that's not the purpose of this video. I wanted to demonstrate what the dummy sweep was, so for those who weren't aware exactly what it was. The purpose of this video is how do we initiate the dummy sweep, so then that way in subsequent videos, you can then use the dummy sweep to wrestle up against your opponent. So, first scenario is your opponent is square stance in front of you in a terrible position. I will tell you straight up that good people are not going to do this. They're not going to square stance in front of you so close. They will not do it. You will have white belts that do it. You'll have beginners that do it. You might have blue belts that do it. But it might happen on accident, right? Because people do make mistakes. So it's just a good idea to understand this, right? So number one is he's just in front of me, boom, I hit it, right? That's it, right? So he might step, a very common thing is for them to step back, right? So boom, he steps back and I wrestle up on him. Now I work to do my wrestle up scenarios. That's a very common thing for the person to kind of lose their balance, step back, give me a lead leg, and then I wrestle up on them. That's initiation number one. He's like just so close to me, so square. I don't need to do anything. I just can attempt the dummy. I either knock him down or something happens to where I wrestle up on him and then I work my situation. More experienced people who go square on you will be further back. They're not going to just let me be so close to them because they don't want me to grab their legs. They don't want me to do those things, right? So if you just kind of move up a little bit. So let's say he's even closer to where he could touch me, but his legs are back. I can't just simply reach him. I can't just do that. The previous one, I was able to just put my feet inside, boom, kick, do the dummy sweep, whatever happens, happens. With this one, I have to be more proactive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hands down and go like this, here, and scoot inside. The plus here is that it's fairly easy to do this, right? The reason why it's fairly easy to do this is because your legs are so low. Your legs are so low that it's hard for him to even kind of like react fast enough to stop me from doing that. If I try to wrestle up on him from this far away, right? I can't touch his knees. He's in a good position, right? So get in a, yeah. Here I try to wrestle up on him, boom. He's so far away, when I go to do it, he's most likely gonna stop me, right? But when he goes to stop my dummy position, it's much harder. So when I go like this, try to reach and grab my legs, boom. See, look, he stepped back, dummy. I then wrestle up. So what I did is I demonstrated a scenario where I might try to do an initiation of a dummy sweep while he's far away. He steps back a leg and gives me a wrestle up opportunity on him. So that's the second scenario where he's a little further back, square on me. Boom, and I go like this. More often than not, they're gonna step back, and then I can work to wrestle up on him. Another scenario is now he's staggered on me. So he's staggered stance, which is going to be a much more common scenario. So someone with more experience is going to be staggered. I can't just go like this. I can't even scoot inside and do this because his back left leg is not near me. So what I have to do, one scenario, is I actually have to circle and then dummy. So when we're here, I circle and then dummy. Now, I'm not doing this for the purpose of knocking him down. And yes, if I knock him down and I get up. I'm doing this for the purpose of creating some sort of reaction to where I can wrestle up on him. So when we go here, he's staggered. I can't do a straight on dummy anymore. I have to angle out and dummy on him. We're here, angle out and dummy. He's most likely going to step a leg back, and then boom. I'm here, I have him in a wrestle up scenario, and I reverse the position. Another scenario, when he is staggered on me, is let's say, for example, I'm having trouble getting an angle and essentially getting the dummy, right? He just keeps moving, and I can't do it. I'm having trouble doing this. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab his near side arm and I'm going to pull myself to him. Because he's essentially backing away from me and circling out, and there's a disconnect, I can't stay close to him. However, when I'm here like this, and I grab like a 2-on-1, now when he goes to back up, boom, look. Now I can get the dummy on him. I could either sweep him, come up, right, and do the actual dummy sweep, but many, many times, when we're here, let's start back here, I go here, I grab, boom, many, many times, he's gonna step back, and then look, now I wrestle up on him, come through, and go for my different takedowns on him, right? So that's another scenario where I pull him in, and I go for the dummy sweep on him. Now, a fifth scenario, we'll call it a third staggered stance scenario, is he moves, and I catch him in transition. Because let's say he's on the ground. Many times people go like this, right? So he's gonna follow me, so come up, and he's just gonna follow me where his chest stays in front of me. See how we're like this? I open up a little bit. Now I'm not going like this, and I'm not standing square, but I'm moving. And he's turning. Many times there's going to be a transition where your opponent is a little bit more square. And I rotate, boom, now I get the dummy. So he's staggered initially. He's going to walk around, and then I catch him in a dummy during transition. I can either knock him down, or once again, he turns, I scoot dummy, he steps back, and now I have him in a wrestle up scenario. So these are 5 scenarios that are very, very good to know in regards to initiating the dummy sweep, because the dummy sweep is very good for creating wrestle up scenarios. Let's review them. We'll do them on this side. Number 1, he's so close to me, boom, we dummy, he might step back, boom, wrestle up. Number 2, he's further back, right? Bam, he might step back, wrestle up. Number 3, he has a regular staggered stance on me, and I'm able to angle, come here, he steps back, bam, wrestle up. Number 4, I grab him and I pull myself into the dummy sweep. He steps back, bang, I wrestle up on him. That was a different wrestle up scenario. And then the 5th scenario, we are here like this. He goes to get around, and then I dummy him there. Let's start this way so they can see at a good ending angle. I transition, bam, dummy. He steps back, I wrestle up. Now there will be scenarios where I knock him down off of the dummy sweep, and I wrestle up off of knocking him down. But one of the most common scenarios will be if your opponent steps back because you tried to dummy sweep them, and then you wrestle up because they presented a very good lead leg for you. But by having at least these options to initiate the dummy sweep, you are much better in regards to being set up for success to wrestle up against your opponent than if you did not have these initiation options.